Thank you for joining Wars of the Rosies as we continue with part 7 of Manly P. Hall's series, Zodiac, the Circle of Holy Animals. Taken from the All-Seeing Eye, Volume 5, May 1931, Number 8. Zodiac, the Circle of Holy Animals, continued. Scorpio, the 8th sign of the Zodiac, is generally regarded as the most evil potency in the circle of the holy animals, as the ruler of the house of death. The ancients assigned to it 3 creatures to signify the triune phases of its nature. All astrologers should realize that what ordinary mortals term evil is simply a maladjustment of universal forces. Nothing is intrinsically evil, but those vibrations which for any reason we respond to adversely are termed evil. In the greatest evil, however, always lies the possibilities of the greatest good. St. Peter 3 times denied his Lord, and as a reward for this was given the key to heaven. Nowhere is this seemingly contradiction more strikingly set forth than in the complex symbolism of Scorpio. The first and lowest of the creatures used to symbolize Scorpio is the scorpion, which, because of the sting in its tail, is an appropriate symbol of the backbiter, the deceiver, the betrayer, the adversary who constantly seeks to nullify the noblest efforts of mankind. Furthermore, the scorpion signifies that this undoing will be most subtle and insidious, an endless intrigue designed to test the integrity of all who come under its influence. This power is referred to as the Lord who is against us. In the ancient Egyptian mystery rituals, this demon was the guardian of the threshold of the inner sanctuary. The second form of Scorpio is that of the serpent, sometimes the winged serpent or even a fiery serpent or seraph. In philosophy, this serpent is the symbol of the occult mind, that mysterious and penetrating power which achieves embodiment in the sage and prophet. The great adepts of the mysteries were often referred to as serpents or dragons, and despite the unsavory reputation which the snake gained from its role in the Edenic triangle, it has been for centuries the symbol of true wisdom as opposed to pedantry and sciolism. Even in its serpentine form, however, Scorpio remains more or less the tempter, for in magic the snake represents the astral light, the sphere of illusion from which it is very difficult to escape once the unwary neophyte has lost himself therein. In India, the serpent is the symbol of the Kundalini fire, sometimes termed the serpent power, and in Ragnar's opera, Parsifal, the power of Scorpio reappears in the person of the snake maiden, Kundry. The third form of Scorpio is that of the eagle or phoenix. This is the emblem of the greatest spiritual achievement, that of Melchizedek, the priest who is above the law. Mythologically abounds with references to traitors, evil monsters, serpents, dragons, and strange birds. If the discerning student will analyze these allegories carefully, he will sense certain mythical truths underlying them, the value of which cannot be underestimated. In the Grail cycle appears a mysterious being who is called Merlin, the magician, whose father is said to have been a dragon. By this it is certainly to be inferred that he was a son of wisdom, an initiate of Scorpio. Likewise, the story of St. Patrick driving the snakes out of Ireland is almost self-evident. The serpents, who were the druid priests whose power was broken and their order scattered by the early church. The dragon slain at the mouth of its cave by Siegfried signifies the mastery of the animal nature by the reforged sword of illumined will. The victory of St. George over the dragon, which probably originated in the Chaldean legend of Merodach. Slaying the dragon signifies the victory of light over darkness, and in the case of the St. George allegory, the victory of the church over paganism. The famous dragon of China is a form of Bahat, the yellow empire of the mind, and signifies the illumined state of a people when ruled over by the golden scepter of enlightened intellect. One of the most remarkable forms of the Scorpio myths is the story of the betrayal of Jesus by Judas, a story probably derived from the betrayal of Osiris by his brother Typhon. The 30 pieces of silver received by Judas for this deed relate presumably to the 30 degrees of the sign, or 30 moons. It should also be noted that Scorpio, as the 8th sign of the Zodiac, is related to the number 8, which is referred to by the Pythagoreans as the little holy number, a great and unfathomable mystery. The 8th sphere was regarded by the ancients as the abode of evil and was linked to the moon. The Egyptians and also the Yedides of Iraq believed in the existence of a dark planet, but a short distance from the earth, which was the abode of all evil. This dark star, as they termed it in their secret teachings, was an invisible physical sphere, reflecting no light and casting no shadow, save that deep moral shadow which, clouding continents, rendered dim the light of truth. These ancient peoples believed that evil magicians and sorcerers were carried after death to this planet, thereby increasing the sum of evil and radiating loathsome vibrations which crystallized into war, pestilence, and crime. Over this benighted globe ruled a dark angel, a prince of demons, whose brooding wings enveloped the darkness. Another important line of a symbolic interpretation of Scorpio is connected with the problem of generation. The reproductive principles are practically related to this sign, which control what may be termed the fire of bodies. In describing the fall of Lucifer, von Welling, an early alchemist, declared that this world was created to liberate Lucifer from the deep gloom of matter into which he had been plunged at the time of the rebellion in heaven. From the frictions of Scorpio and the sidereal properties which it controls and precipitates into material, from is extracted a mysterious pabulum, called by the medieval Rosicrucians the soul. It is the quintessence of both the metals and the spirit which is within bodies, and is the homunculus or crystal child, referred to in the chemical marriage of Christian Rosencreutz. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Rosies. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description below. Thank you very much.